I understand what you say, but I can't speak in English. Can you explain it more? When I watch an English movie, I understand the story, but I can't talk about it with my friends in English. Oh, I see. I will talk about it in this video. When someone is speaking in English, you understand everything they say, but when you want to start speaking, your mind goes blank. You can't think of anything. You can't find that English word you want to say. What's the problem here? I am Bahar, and in this lesson, I will talk about 8 rules that are so important to speak confidently and fluently in English. Now, let's get into it. The rule number 1 is mastering the basics. When you want to start speaking, you have to ask yourself, do I know how to make a sentence in English? Do I know the basic grammar rules? Do I know how to pronounce basic English words? It's important to know the correct structures of sentences in that language. So when you want to start speaking in English, you have to ask yourself, do I know how to add adjectives, adverbs, verbs, and nouns in a sentence? And after that, you can start making a sentence. And don't forget that practice makes perfect. If you want to start speaking in English, you have to make lots of sentences with different structures. You have to know the basic grammar rules, the basic vocabulary, and also the basic pronunciations. These are the 3 things that you should know before you start making sentences. It's like having a pizza for dinner. You know how to make it, you know the recipe, but you don't have the ingredients. So you're not gonna have pizza tonight because you don't have the ingredients. So it's so important that you know the basic rules before you start speaking and master in speaking skills. The rule number 2 that can help you speak confidently is to listen and imitate. When you are speaking, you should have some rising and falling tone. When you listen and repeat, you can understand how to say that sentence. You can listen to native English speakers, such as through podcasts, videos, or TV shows. You can listen to their pronunciation, intonation, and their word choice. You know, in some topics, there are lots of words, idioms, and phrases, but native speakers choose some specific ones. So when you listen to them, you know which phrase and idiom is more common in the US. So you will use those words and phrases in your speaking more. This rule is not just for the English language. Whenever you want to learn a new language, you have to listen to native speakers and start to imitate. The rule number 3, focus on fluency over accuracy. In the early stages, fluency and communication is more important than worrying about making mistakes. Don't be afraid to take risks and express yourself. I have always said that practice makes perfect. So, the more you practice, the faster you can become fluent in English. You have to fake it till you make it. So start speaking and don't worry to make mistakes. And after that, you can pay attention to your mistakes and correct them. It's totally fine. So at first, it's so important to start speaking and focus on fluency and communication. And after that, you can focus on accuracy and correcting your sentences. The main point is to become confident. When you believe in yourself, you can speak faster and you can use better phrases in your sentences. Expose yourself to a variety of speaking contexts. Practice formal and informal conversations, or practice presentations. The more you practice speaking in different situations, the more vocabulary and phrases you will learn, and also you will be more confident whenever you want to speak. The rule number 5 is immerse yourself in English. Create an immersive environment. You have to surround yourself with English as much as possible. You have to start your day with English podcasts. Whenever you are driving to work, you have to listen to English songs. And before you go to bed, you can read an English book or watch an English TV show. Change the language setting on your devices to English. Well, when you do this, you can practice English more and speaking English become more natural and easy for you. Consistency and regular practice is the key to master your speaking skill. So be patient and you will gradually be more fluent and confident in speaking in English. The rule number 6 is start speaking from day one. Don't wait for perfection before you start speaking. You have to practice it from the very beginning, even if it is so challenging and difficult for you. It's exactly about confidence. The more you feel powerful and confident in speaking in English, the faster you can become fluent. It is not important that you are talking to a native speaker or your English teacher or even someone who is at the same level as you. At first, it might be a little bit challenging or difficult for you, but as you know, practice makes perfect, and at the end, you can see a great result. The rule number 7 is to ask for feedback from native speakers, your teacher, or even your language exchange partners, like some partners that you practice speaking with. You have to actively work on correcting your mistakes and improve your weakness. Don't be discouraged if you know that you have lots of mistakes. It's totally fine. All you have to do is to correct them and practice a lot until you won't make that mistake anymore. And the last but not least is to expand phrases and vocabulary. Well, when you know lots of words and idioms and phrases, you can express yourself naturally and more effectively. Therefore, it's crucial to continuously work on learning new words, idioms, and phrases. As I have talked about it, you have to listen and imitate. You have to find the words and phrases that native speakers use a lot these days, so you can use these phrases in your conversations too. I have 2 great videos about funny idioms that are used in the US these days. I will put the link in the description. Don't forget to watch it after this video. Okay guys, that was it for today's video. If this video was useful for you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel right now and like this video to support me and to let the YouTube algorithm know that you have enjoyed this content. Also, if you know some other rules that we should know to improve our speaking skill fast, you can tell me in the comments, and if you have some other questions, you can ask me in the comments. I will read all of your feedback and answer your questions. So yeah, that was it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Have a nice day.